I'm curious too about how we're going to attract more women and minorities into the field, and maybe you could talk a little bit about what the state of things are now in terms of women and minorities and some of the challenges and some of the ways we're meeting those challenges to bring them in.
Yes, I think let me tell you a little bit about our engineering program. At Montgomery College, we have probably one of the largest and most successful engineering transfer program in the nation. We have about 800 students, slightly over 800 students in our engineering programs. Our students begin at Montgomery College and they transfer to University of Maryland, MIT, Georgia Tech. And
I like that you just throw in MIT, you know, like it's nothing.
Once they transfer to these schools, they graduate and they do very well. Now, you talked about minorities. About 70% of our engineering students are minority students.
Wow.
Now, schools across the nations are struggling with the same situation. As I said earlier, you know, engineering, field of engineering and science is not viewed as a swim or sink anymore. Most colleges, including us, are trying to find other ways of helping these students. We are moving very fast into global economy, and the time is running out. 2015 is only you know, few years away. Now we have to do things fast, and we have to do things very quickly. Programs like our FIPSE funded program or Keystone program at University of Maryland, Penn State is having a similar program. All these programs are geared toward helping students who will ordinarily not succeed in these disciplines. Now, the way we have approached teaching in these disciplines it has been same since last 50 or 60 years. Now, that type of approach works for students who are already succeeding. With that approach, we will never change the numbers. Numbers will remain same. Now, if we have to change the numbers, that means we have to do other things. The other things are exactly what we are doing in our FIPSE program or Keystone program at College Park.
Sanjay, you're talking about succeeding, and one of the things that we want to also ask about, Stephanie, in teaching in math in the classroom, we hear a lot about students who come to college and they need to do the developmental work. They're not necessarily at the levels they need to be.
Right.
What exactly is the challenge facing higher education of students in their preparation at a math level so that they can succeed in all these fields where they need the math?
Our main challenge, I think, is shifting from the high school setting now to the college setting, where high school setting it's teacher motivated, whereas in college it needs to be a little more student motivated learning, and students need to invest themselves in their education. I think sometimes we think that the high school teacher is the one more invested, and now we have to have the students bring that investment to the table. And we have got lots of support in place to do that. We've got multiple avenues for learning styles that might be different between students. We have more video or audio or kinesthetic type of activities that we try and encourage the students to be involved in so that it does meet the needs of each individual student at all the levels.
And in the next couple of years, those students are going to have a brand new place to study. Tell us a little bit about the new Science Center.
Yes, new Rockville Science Center is a 140,000 square foot academic lab.
Not yet, but it will be one.
It will be in three years or so, academic lab building. We urgently need this building. At Rockville, we have about 6,500 students enrolled in our science and mathematics courses, 6,500. It's more than the total enrollment of 9 other community colleges in the state of Maryland. It's more than the total enrollment of Rice University. And at present, what we have is we have 2 rather smaller buildings, Science East and Science West. So we urgently need this building.
And Sanjay, you're talking about the plans for a new science center in the Rockville campus, but we want our audience to know with the 3 campuses of Montgomery College, we have some very specialized facilities on each campus and some programs. Down at Tacoma Park, Silver Spring campus, the health sciences very much a state-of-the-art facility down there, but plans in the future for Germantown. So if you could just give us a little bit of a background on the sciences at all campuses.
Exactly, exactly. So I talked about engineering program at Rockville campus. At Germantown campus, we are working with biotechnology programs. In few years, the 4-year biotechnology undergraduate program will come to our Germantown campus. And we are working very hard to get a new bioscience center at the Germantown campus. So that will address our needs for biotechnology program. But since I talked about engineering program, right now we have a very successful engineering program, but it is housed in the Department of Physics, Engineering and Geosciences, and it's a Rockville-based program. What we want to do is we want to take this program and we want to take it to the other campuses as well. So that will require need of more space, more lab space and teaching space at Germantown campus and also at Tacoma Park campus. We talked about rising above the gathering storm. We were, I think, one of the very first one to take a notice of this report. But I want you to know that Harvard University also took a note from Norman Augustine's work, and they have started a School of Engineering from fall 2007. So Harvard is typically focused more towards law, business, and medicine, but they are also seeing through Mr. Augustine's work that the future need for the nation is in sciences, and they want to be a stronger institution in sciences too. So we want to start our own School of Engineering at Montgomery College at all 3 campuses.
And one of the ways I know you're going to interest people in that future School of Engineering is by reaching out to young folks. And I know we already have a program. It's not exactly American Idol, but we have something called the Science Bowl that comes to campus. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, Science Bowl is a program sponsored by Department of Energy, and they hold the National Bowl. And before the National Bowl, there are several state-level regional bowls. And we have the privilege of hosting Maryland Regional Science Bowl. It brings students from Maryland high schools to our campus, Rockville campus of Montgomery College, and they compete with science quiz type questions. So it's like what is spelling bee does for English. That's the science version of that. Among other things, it creates more scientific awareness, more scientific literacy, which I think is very important.
Stephanie, in the last couple of seconds we have here, I think part of this issue that we've been focused on women and minorities in, what is it that you often hear girls are reticent to go into these fields, or certainly stay away from math? Why is that?
I didn't hear that.
Why didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You knew you wanted to teach, but for the students that may not see a teaching a future, why still should they focus on their math?
Right. Well, I think that women just need to see other women succeeding in a field that they find interesting. And I think, again, the way we teach mathematics at the lower levels is how we get them on the hook, for interest. And if they're equally called on in class, I mean, different teaching strategies that allow all students to really bring their strengths, to the classroom really help. And I guess just modeling the behaviors that we'd like our students to see. Again, seeing professionals in the field doing well.
Just as you are doing.
Okay. Wonderful to have one of our deans and our professors here, Sanjay and Stephanie. Thank you so much for being with us in this segment. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we're going to talk to some students who are benefiting from the very programs we've been talking about here. Stay tuned. You're watching Campus Conversations.
As you know so well, our nation's community colleges play such a key role in building America's scientific and engineering enterprise, and also particularly in this community here, which is becoming a very high-tech community, your impact is enormous and growing. The engineering PhDs graduated last year, only 18% went to women. The percent that went to minorities is even far less, and disproportionately even more concerned. And if America is going to compete in this world that we're entering, and we're going to start out off the bat by having half our population not interested in engineering, we're going to give away any advantage we might hope to have. And that's got to be one of the major contributions that this institution is helping make.